This video introduces 4 of the latest V3 upgraded models from VS Factory. They are the 41mm Submariner series, the Green Submariner, Black Submariner, Two-Tone Black, and Two-Tone Blue. So what are the upgrades in this V3 version? The focus is on one point, the enhancement of the Lume Pip. In the previous V1 version, its Lume Pip was rather pale. Now, in the V3 version, it appears more lustrous and Jade-Like. When you look at it, it has a certain Jade-like quality. The previous version was whiter. Let's look at the black model. Perhaps under this lighting, it's not immediately obvious. It's more rounded, more lustrous, and the surrounding metal part is also brighter. Now let's look at the two-tone black. This one looks as if it has a shimmering golden effect. This is actually because the metal edge reflects its luster into the center. The two-tone blue model is exactly the same. The visual effect and overall texture of this version are slightly superior. The previous V1 version was a bit pale. Regarding the functionality, let me explain. It is still equipped with VS Factory's proprietary Dandong 3235 movement. The power reserve is rated at 70 hours, and in reality, it measures around 68 hours. This is currently the highest grade 3235 movement on the market. Let me demonstrate for you. To set the time, unscrew the crown, pull it out to the first position to adjust the date, and the second to adjust the time. We should avoid adjusting the date manually between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. as much as possible. Let's advance it. The 4th, the 5th. The date printing is correct. The magnification on the Cyclops is also correct, and the date is well centered. Pull out to the second position to adjust the time. The time sets clockwise. This is identical to the genuine 3235 movement setting direction. The date setting direction is also the same. The date features an instantaneous jump, completing the change within about 5 minutes around midnight. If it were a slow drag date change, it would be incorrect. Push the crayon back in and screw it down. For the two-tone model, the side of the center links is plated, showing no exposed steel. The crown on the clasp has a large central dot and smaller dots on the sides. The caseback has a 3-part construction. This polished section has a step, just like the genuine version. This is consistent with the authentic design. The caseback itself is the same as before. For the two-tone model, the clasp code is still 099, and the engraving is quite deep. Now let's look at the black one. The two-tone black is on the same quality level as the two-tone blue. The sides show no exposed steel. This is the two-tone model. Now let's look at the all-steel black model. There is also a subtle step on the edge here. As for the caseback, there are some minor changes now. The clasp. The code was previously 1LQ, but VS Factory has now changed it to 3VV. The engraving is also deep, 3VV. The inside of the extension link has a frosted finish. It's a bit stiff, not perfectly smooth. The feel of the clasp is quite good, with nice chamfered polishing. I've also made a comparison video before. The genuine clasp also has a slightly misaligned feel. That was from a video comparing the Green Submariner to the genuine model. Now let's look at the 41mm green model. The Bezel. The color difference is extremely minimal. Now let's look at the movement. This is the Dandong 3235 movement. The genuine has a free-sprung balance with a single breech. The Dandong version has 2 regulator arms at the front. However, the jewels on top are all functional, genuine jewels. You can see the engravings on its rear rotor are quite thick and deep. The color is also a bit darker. Let's look at the engraving here. This is the Dandong 3235 movement. Let's compare it with the Shanghai 3235, which is used by C Factory Clean. This is because Clean Factory cannot source the Dandong 3235, so they use the Shanghai 3235. The first thing you'll notice is that its engravings are much shallower. The color is also lighter. The biggest difference is that it hides the two regulator arms at the back. The part at the front is decorative. It's fake. So its jewels sit slightly higher, almost flush, not recessed like they should be. It's based on a 3135 movement modified to look like a 3235, although its time and date setting. Directions are the same as genuine. Its power reserve is its major weakness. The Shanghai movement only has about 42 hours of power reserve, which is similar to a 2824 movement. Meanwhile, the VS factory movement can achieve 70 hours. This is a significant drawback. In terms of stability, there isn't much difference between the two factories' movements. Both of these factories are currently producing the most stable replica movements in China. They represent a new level of quality and are very durable. So you can have peace of mind with either. So for this video, that's all I wanted to share with you. Let me briefly summarize. The biggest upgrade in the V3 version is the Lume Pip. Other aspects have not changed. I'm making this video to share some information with you. Let me tell you the story behind this Lume Pip. From the early V1 version, I had discussed this with the owner of VS Factory. Why did the Lume Pip they produced look so pale? At the time, other factories like Clean and JCF had Lume Pips that appeared slightly yellowish. He told me. Due to that the luminous powder for his Lume Pip was obtained by disassembling a genuine watch to get the material, then having it specially sourced from Switzerland. The material of his luminous powder is identical to the genuine article. Other factories at the time were mixing in pigments. They tinted it to be slightly yellow. Previously, Clean's was even more yellow, but they have since toned it down. They use pigments to adjust the color. But for VS Factory, they use material that is identical to genuine. When it's installed, it doesn't have that Jade-like feel. The primary reason for this is the metal housing of the Lume Pip. The previous material, when encased, made it look pale. But by using the new housing with the genuine Lume material, it creates this Jade-like effect. This minute, almost insignificant component can create such a significant effect. For example, look at the two-tone model. This tiny material makes it look like there's yellow gold inside. The main reason is that the material of the metal housing permeates into the Lume material, creating that Jade-like effect. Oh, so that's how it is. Yes, that's correct. So, for VS Factory's small Lume Pip because they use Clean Factory's bezel insert. They did not use the Lume Pip provided by Clean Factory. They made their own and adjusted it themselves. As a result, the color is not tinted with other pigments to make it look yellowish or jade-like. Instead, it's the material itself. They just changed the metal housing, and that is how this effect is achieved. This is the biggest upgrade for the V3 version. A small upgrade, but a major improvement. That's how it came to be. That's the little story I wanted to share. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.